Hey, welcome back. It's Garbro, and we're gonna talk about Arcadum and what all that means and what it means to me and how I think you should look at it from when it comes to creators, especially D&D creators and people who are DMs who do this kind of streaming thing. Now, if you're not aware, Arcadum was a big-time D&D streamer on Twitch. I'm sure if you want to learn more about him, you can go on anywhere and Google his name and find out. Now, the biggest thing about Arcadum was that he was on the rise in a way. He was going up. He was getting view time on par, if not above, Critical Role. So this is kind of a big deal in the D&D community. But here's where it gets a bit odd. So back in the day, I found Arcadum. It's how I found out about Foundry, and he had a really nice, proper community. I mean, they were like very, very tight knit, and they all depended heavily on Arcadum for emotional boosts, to stave away boredom, that kind of thing, which is kind of what you don't want to do unless you really, really know you can trust that person. And he had this great community that helped me out with a new program for doing streaming for D&D games, TTRPGs, and all that kind of stuff. So I started looking into the threads, all the threads and channels on his Discord there, and I noticed something quite odd back in the day, and that's the fact that almost all of his crew were female. Now, the first warning sign any fan should have with a content creator is if they have a staff that's primarily one gender, because that kind of gives away a red herring that perhaps things are not as they seem. And I did find it quite odd that he had there were a few dudes here and there, but it was primarily a female creator staff, publishing staff, or whatever you want to call it, this art team and map team and yada, yada, yada. I mean, it was almost primarily, like, high percentage female. And I thought that was odd. But as far as I could tell, looking into things on the surface level and slightly below surface level, nothing else seemed too odd or out of place. Just a bit funny feeling. And then time went on. And then I think it was a couple days ago, this Twitter piece came out about Momo and a few others having issues with Arcadum, and I thought, that's odd. Why are there 11 people, who I think it's now like 21 people or some damn number, that had these issues? And I began reading. And it's just one of those things where this was a content creator that more or less went mad with power. And now Arcadum's going to be this cautionary tale for all creators in general when it comes to any kind of tabletop RPG, because it starts out small. A dungeon master, a game master, a combat controller, whatever you want to call it, does have some barest modicum of power over other people in the game setting, but it can evolve. The one thing you want to remember, and one thing I learned while in the MP Corps and all that, and doing everything else, was that people react strangely and differently to power. Some take it as a tool, some take it as a passing fad, but some almost become addicted to it. And I believe Arcadum began to believe in himself that he was untouchable and he had the power to do these things over these women. I'm talking, if you go through the long tweet longer thing, the shit he was doing was controlling, manipulative, and gaslighting. And you are an absolute fool if you trust this man again with fucking anything. He showed his true colors, and not only did he show his true colors, every single woman he talked to had the fucking receipts. Something almost unheard of when it comes to allegations. Every single woman on that bandwagon, you could call that, had receipts. And then Arcadum tried to go back and change what he said. He tried to delete and change what he said in those Discord messages. That should say enough. And that's why, if you are having troubles, whether you're male or female, having troubles with this kind of stuff, always get your receipts before you push out the truth. Because Arcadum is one of those kind of people, obviously, clearly, nowadays, that would go back and try and put himself in a new light. And this is a cautionary tale for all of you. Why you shouldn't trust me, why you shouldn't trust any content creator until you are sure that you can trust them, because people will change. They will react differently to popularity. And unfortunately, thousands of people, and it is thousands of people, gave Arcadum power in a way. And Arcadum, unfortunately, reacted poorly to this power and sought to abuse it and create what's more or less an online harem of people. And it's just the worst. I mean, he was grooming women. There was actually a story of sexual assault where he dry humped a woman and then cried into her neck. It's cringe. All right, it's all cringe. And then he's asking them for online sexual favors. It's just a shame. It is a shame and truly disappointing that someone would do this, because it shines poorly upon us all. It does. What Arcadum did will shine poorly upon every single content creator on the internet, whether it's with video games or D&D or RPG. It doesn't matter. It's going to look poorly upon us all, because, I mean, how would you feel if you were working for a dude who you thought was your friend and the truth slowly began to leak out? You know, I mean, I think two most telling or most important renditions of this thing is going to be from, in my opinion, Naomi and Momo. You read those twitlongers and it's all you fucking need really to learn. And what's worst is that Arcadum, from what I hear, was ex-military Air Force, and he was dishonorably discharged, so I hear. If he wants to go against these charges, by all means, post your DD-214 and show us the truth there, bud. But at the same time, he's trying to make himself out to be the soldier that can do so much damage, and it's just fucking cringe. It is cringe. He tried to play himself up to these women and get them all in his pocket. That sweet male fantasy where he could have 11 different women to pull off nudes and sympathy from, and it's honestly just fucking disgusting. And what's funny is that if he had taken all that time he spent fucking around with these women on Discord, he could have had a much better fucking system. Where the fuck, Arcadum, do you find the goddamn time to do this shit? Shouldn't you be creating? Shouldn't you be making maps and storylines and plot lines? Your entire Discord is airing your ass out and showing just how much you stole from other creators, dude. It's just, you bring nothing but shame unto us all, really. You were on the rise. You were doing everything right, but then you start fucking up and thinking you were above everyone else. And the phone calls, you guys should hear the Discord call between him and, I think there's 3 Discord calls. And this dude is an A-grade douchebag. And it's just, you are such a fucking embarrassment, Arcadium. Why did you have to do this, dude? What was having a successful platform not good enough for you? Was it not enough for your small little heart that you had to go out and do all this stupid shit? I mean, fuck me, dude. It's already bad enough you were a fat body who got kicked out of the Air Force, so I hear, and you're a fat body now, and you couldn't be fucked to go and get somewhat physically fit for the benefit of your fans. Then you had to go and try and act like you're holier than thou and try and pick up, what's it now, 21 online girlfriends and then a real life girlfriend. And then when you got caught, you tried to delete all the Discord girlfriends. If you're a creator out there right now and you're slowly getting bigger and bigger, stay humble. Remember to stay humble. You have to stay humble. No, don't ever think you are above anyone else or your community. Don't fucking do it. We all slip up. Everyone slips up sometimes. No one's immune from the fallacies of human nature. But stay humble. Don't forget who put you here. Don't forget who puts us here. We don't put ourselves up in this place where we're, with these 100 or like 100 person or 1,000 person discords. No one walks there themselves. You are put here. The people who watch you, the people who donate to you, are people who put you here. Those people put us here. and you committed the cardinal sin of abusing your community. And that is why you'll probably never see that fucking skyscape again. Everyone fucks up. You fucked up royally. You, as a content creator, you never ever attack or use your community. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the stories coming out about Arcadium, I mean, dude, it's just mind-boggling. And I'm not even sure how to really even begin to describe how fucking just flabbergasted I am. This is now a cautionary tale, like I said before, for anyone who is a content creator, whether you're from 1 million viewers to 10 viewers on YouTube. This is now a cautionary tale of why you should not use and abuse your community. You shouldn't. I mean, this is absolute mental torture on his community because they all feel betrayed. And imagine how Momo feels. Momo's story was the worst because of how evident, how prolific the abuse and gaslighting was. How this dude made her feel like dirt. And it is just the worst thing to read. Heartbreaking. Like, as a story writer, I don't think I would think of being that cruel to somebody. It just goes beyond meaning. It really does. And I'm sure Arcadium don't even know I fucking exist. And that's fine. But I'd surely do help you rot in hell, dude. For being the fucking douche you were to these fucking people. I don't care if they're male or female. You're a fucking douche to act like this. You ain't got the body, for sure. For sure, if you were like a fucking handsome Chad, it'd be like, okay, maybe he thought he was good enough. But dude, you're a fucking jelly donut fat body. Why are you acting like this? For real. What do you got to back you up? It's just honestly fucking astonishing. It truly is. Truly fucking is. But as to end this ramble, if you're a member of community, whether it's mine or someone else's, for fuck's sakes, call us out. Don't let people do this. Don't let content creators do this. As soon as you see a red flag, call that shit out. Don't let a content creator string you along and abuse you, especially like this. I mean, this is the cream of the crop in terms of being just the worst content creator one could imagine. Additionally, for all of you out there who are community members, consumers of media, and those kind of people, don't forget the power you have. I, for one, recognize the power a community has. Viewers are not just numbers in a pail. You guys control the ebb and flow of a content creator's entire chi, in a way. You guys are the bedrock on which they build their house. If a content creator is annoying you or abusing you or doing things you don't think is right, pull that rug out from under them and see how far they fall. The power a content creator, the power a content creator's community has over them is substantial. Because just look now. Just look. Arcadum thought he was powerful, but he's going to figure out just how powerless he is. People allowed him to be this way because they allowed him to get this big. All he had to do was keep his community happy, and they would take care of him. Just so I know I have to struggle and fight to keep you guys happy, so that way in the future you'll take care of me. It's symbiosis, not a one-way street. We need each other in order to work correctly. Which is why what he did is truly heartbreaking. He attacked the people who held him up. Now look at him. Why would anyone trust Arcadum? Say I went full rogue. Why would anyone trust me? I mean, goodness, why would anyone trust anyone else? I mean, to an end, community members of all communities, and share this video if you want to with other community members. Don't forget the power you have over us. People These content creators think they're powerful. They have no idea where the power lies. The power lies in you. The community members, those who watch the videos, donate money, buy merch, just be eyeballs. You guys have all the power in this relationship. No matter how much content we produce, no matter how much A-grade, perfect content we produce, it means nothing without you. It doesn't. It is all for naught without a community. Fans. Whatever you want to call it. You guys hold every inch of power over us. And do not be afraid to use that power if needed. If you have to, humble your content creators, even me. And if you're a staff member or a team member who's being harassed by the head honcho, air his ass out. Air their ass out, male or female. You don't deserve to be treated like that. No one does. No one does. Don't forget the power you have, people. Don't forget the power you have. As a community, you have the ability to bring folks up to the clouds and see the sun shine, or drag them straight down to hell where they belong. And don't you ever forget that. Until I see you next time on this side of the veil, this has been Guard Bro.